Hey guys, it's Liz and welcome back to my channel. I have no makeup on because I'm starting from scratch, and today I'm going to be doing a date look, like a really feminine romantic date look. So a makeup look that I would wear on a first date, and I figured since this is a get ready with me, it's going to be a little bit chatty, I thought that I would answer the first date tag questions while I get ready with you guys. So without further ado, let's get started. So before I start, Chriszen was kind enough to sponsor a bunch of goodies for me to try on for this video. So I'm really excited to show you guys how it looks because I've had the chance to play around with it, and I think my favorite thing is probably the foundation, and I'll show you guys in a bit. This foundation is a little bit peculiar in its application. It has like a roller sponge tip at the top that you use to apply your foundation with. You could just like apply the foundation and blend it out using the sponge tip, but I think for today I'm gonna use my Miracle complexion sponge because that's just something that I'm really used to and it works for me. But you could definitely try and blending your foundation with the roller tip if you are traveling anywhere else. So what you're gonna do, you're just gonna press this button and click it. I'm gonna click twice because I like my foundation. So I'm just gonna roll it and roll it, so like 3 stripes there on my forehead. This foundation is very dewy and it doesn't set very quickly, so I'm not really panicking. I'm just gonna take my orange concealer and correct my dark eye circles because that's what I need. If you have dark eye circles like mine, they don't look too apparent right now because I have lighting, but in real life it's really apparent. Invest in an orange corrector. It is a lifesaver, especially if you have like dark patches on your skin or like dark spots. It's a really like universal color to work with. The first question is, how long does it take for you to get ready for your first date? Take a really long time. I would say comfortably I would take up 2 hours, like probably 1.5, but I procrastinate a lot. Like I like to really take my time because even when I do makeup, like even if it's like an everyday, I could actually just go up and use up all my 40 minutes because I don't know, I think just like the act of like getting ready, putting on your face, it's just so therapeutic for me, so I kind of like just taking my time. I really like how this foundation is looking right now. It's really luminous and dewy, which I definitely like. It's my favorite texture in the world. I do have dry skin, so I kind of gravitate towards some more dewy foundations. And oh, this is making my skin look moisturized and I love it. And I've only just color corrected. I'm not going to add any more concealer because I don't want the look to be too thick. So I'm going to be setting my face with their Pearl Setting Powder, and this is in the color Light Beige, which is a shade lighter than the foundation that I'm using because I'm going to be doing it for highlighting and baking anyway. So the next question is, what's your idea of a perfect first date? And the first one is dinner, second drinks, third cinema, and fourth is adventure dates. Oh, see how that just bounces the light? Just bounces the light and just highlighted the whole thing. It's like I don't even have eye bags. It was amazing. Okay, face is setting very nicely. Ooh, I like it. So my idea for the perfect first date is definitely, I think I would probably choose either like drinks or dinner because I want to be in a setting that's like quiet enough for me to converse with someone with, because I think the first date, your goal is to really get to know a person and see if you vibe with each other. Don't get me wrong, I think like movie nights and adventure dates are totally fun and thrilling, but I think those are the kind of activities that I would do with someone that I kind of know for quite a while already. So don't know, for first dates, just like coffee and tea during the day, or maybe like a fancy dinner at night, like just any setting where I can actually just talk to someone, you know. For my eyebrows, I'll be using Chriszen's Duo Head Long Lasting Eyebrow Pencil. This one has a slanted tip and it's thin enough for my thick brows. Usually like big triangular ones like this one kind of stay away from because it's kind of hard for me to control and really like press it onto my skin, but this one is thin enough for me to really make it precise. So let's try this. So before we move on to eyeshadow, I'm going to answer the next question. And the third question is, what would you gravitate more towards on a date? Jeans, then trousers, skirt, or dress? This is a tough one. That's a really tough one because I'm the kind of person that is very impulsive when it comes to outfit choices. I don't plan my outfits. Like, I literally, before I go out, I just decide because it really depends on what I feel at the time. I'm not like my sister. My sister will actually plan her outfit. She already has an idea of what she wants to wear like a week before an event. Like, not me, man. Knowing me, I'll probably opt for trousers. But who knows? I might end up wearing a skirt. You want, for the sake of today's look, I would say a skirt. And I'm gonna stick with it. So for eyeshadow, I'm gonna do something very simple. So for my base, I'm just gonna add a little loose powder, the one that I used to set my face. I'm just gonna use it as a base for my eyeshadow so that they blend nicely. So with any look, I like to define my crease because I do have like quite puffy eyelids, so I want to create more depth and dimension. So I'm just gonna go in with a bronzer color. You can use any brown shade you want. I'm just using the Bahama Mama by The Balm. So I'm just gonna contour my eye sockets. So something very subtle, don't want anything too outlandish, at least not yet. Like, it's the first date. I'm not coming out with like all my guns out, you know. Actually, I'm really curious to know like what you guys would wear for your first date. For me, I think it's really important to just go in with sort of like a spiffier version of your everyday self. So that's why I'm doing this really feminine look, because I like the dolly look on a daily basis, and this is just me a little bit spiffier. I'm just gonna pop a bit of glitter on my eyelids, just to add a little bit of sparkle. I really like wearing shimmers on my eyelids lately. So the defining part of this eye look is this Puffy blush by Chriszen. It is in the color Mandarin. Took a little bit of it because it's very pigmented and it's long lasting. I'm just gonna work with a little at a time. I'm just going to put it at the outer corner just to add a pop of color. And this is gonna look so darling. It's like, it's gonna mesh so well with the blush because we're gonna use the same color blush. I'm just gonna keep adding till I think it's okay. I'm gonna answer another question, and the fourth question is, on the date of your choice, what makeup would you wear? So the first one is Girl Next Door. Second, Smoky and Sexy. Third one is Bold Lip. The fourth choice is Brights. So, to be honest, I would wear any of these four looks for a first date. I think I would go for the safest course. I would go for Girl Next Door, so it's kind of like my everyday look, but probably a bit more amped up, like tonight. Moving on to our eye look, I'm going to be using Chriszen's 24 Hours Long Lasting Waterproof Eyeliner, which is amazing. It's good that it's waterproof because if the night doesn't go your way and you end up wasting your time having feelings for someone way too soon, you can cry and still look cute. So I'm just going to do a simple cat eye and just draw at the ends first, and then just from the end just pull it in to the middle of your eye, so you kind of have the outline of the eyeliner, and just complete it. Now you have the rough shape of your eyeliner. I find that the brush tip of this liquid liner is really easy to work with. It's really easy to draw really precise, sharp wing liners with it. So to define the shape of my eyes a little bit more, I'm going to be taking a pencil brush, and this one is by Brina Beauty. It's their pencil brush, and it's my very first pencil brush, and I'm really excited about it because I've always wanted one. And I'm just going to take the bronzer that we used before for our crease. I'm just going to add that to my lower lash line. So I've already went ahead and put on some eyelashes and have my mascara on my bottom lashes as well. So we can move on to the next step, which is blusher. But before we move on to blusher, we're going to answer another question. So the fifth question is, your date says you have half an hour to be ready. What do you do? I cancel. Get ready for a first date in 30 minutes? Like, am I an afterthought? It's like you just happen to have free time and you just assume that I'd free up my time for you in like 30 minutes. It's like, I don't know. For a first date, if I have been dating this person for quite some time, so it's not the first date, I wouldn't mind so much, but it's like the first date, come on. Like, you gotta put in more effort, you know? For blush, I'm going to be using the same blush that I used for the outer corner of my eyes, and it's their Chriszen Puffy blush in the color Mandarin. From the first couple of times I've used this blusher, I can say that's very long lasting, quite strong, so you don't need as much. And it also really helps if you have like a powdered base already, so it's a lot easier to blend. So I'm just going to press it on my cheeks. Before we move on to the lips, let's answer another first date tag question. So the next question is, do you go out with him? Well, it really depends. If the date went well, then definitely yeah. If it didn't go so well, I think I would still give it a second shot, because it could be the case that we just got off the wrong foot the first time. If it doesn't coincide with what I believe in, my core values, like there's just like a line you just cannot cross. Then I just wouldn't bother giving it a second shot, because it'd probably be a waste of time. So let's move on to the lipstick, and this one is the Chriszen Lip Tinted Stick in the color Flawless Fuchsia. Worn this a couple of times, and the color, oh, I love it on my skin tone. Just, oh my god, it just brings my face to life. I just completely love it. It's really pigmented. See? It is so bright. And it's very, very blendable. So if you're into like the very tinted gradient lips that is very popular in Korea right now, like this is the one, because it also comes with a sponge tip blender at the end. And since it is a tinted lipstick, it's gonna stay put when you eat or drink, so you don't have to worry so much about touching up your lipstick throughout your date night. And I am back. So this is my finished look. It's very feminine. It's probably just an amped up version of my everyday look. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below if you have any questions and suggestions, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and if you want to see more content done by moi. Till then, I'll see you in my next one. Bye!